lead change of the game. Chad Owens. And this time well contained.
Willie Middlebrooks is the corner who lines up on Robbie Bryant on the touchdown throw, but his job is to jam him inside. There's Middlebrooks right there. Now what he wants to do is just jam him so Robbie Bryant has to take an inside release. He does his job, and he's going to drop off in the zone. There's the inside release he wants. Now he's expecting help from the deep man over top, Lynn J. Shell, who got caught looking at the quarterback and had the best ticket in the house to watch 83 in the end zone.
A little shovel pass to Andre Dury. And Dury up across the 40, close to a first down near the 43.
Orlando Steinauer is the defensive back coach, and he was a coach during his 13 years as a defensive back in the Canadian Football League. Four-time All-Canadian, and that's gonna be one that he goes back to the film and just discusses with Lynn J. Shell that when you drop in that zone, know where the most dangerous deep man was. That was Robbie Bryant. He got locked in, staring at the quarterback too long.
2nd and 1, Boyd ahead. He's got a first down. A little bit more. Charleston Hughes finally wrestles him down. So last thought on Steinauer. You knew Dave Dickinson was going to be a good coach if he wanted to be in the league, and I think we had the same sense about Michael O'Shea and Orlando Steinauer. Nice to see them on this Argo staff.
You know, just because you were a great player doesn't make you a great coach. You have to be able to communicate the game to the player. You can't just walk in and say, well, this is how I did it, because those are Hall of Famers you're talking about. Potential.
Barry Boyd, back-to-back 100-yard games. Lemon on a roll, and he's stripped to the football. And it is picked up by Keon Raymond. Dury knocked it out of his hands. And whose ball is it? Should be Calgary football, and it is.
See who the last touch is on the sideline, because Raymond picked it up on the hop and gets stripped again. First of all, Cleo Lemon on the roll has it out in one hand, and he gets stripped as it is running there in one hand.
Jawan Simpson pried it loose.
Raymond scoops it. Now it's out again, bounces inbounds.
So Calgary gets the ball back on the 4th Argo turnover. John Cornish in the game. Flag down as Cornish surges to the Toronto 36. Cornish with a fumble in the...
Major foul, face mask. Toronto number 78. 15 yards at the end of the play. First down.
That's costly. Adriano Belli got his hand on the face mask of John Cornish.
You know, John Huffnagel talked about, you can see the face mask right there clearly from Belli. Huffnagel talked about getting the ball to John Cornish more often throughout this season. Hasn't happened really so far this year. But then again, Joffrey Reynolds has been off to such a great start.
There's Bruce. And Robbie Bryant has another catch. Brought down by the corner, Evan McCullough. Close to another Calgary first down.
Oh, both these teams have been pretty good when they've been backed up and holding the offenses to field goal attempts. That's why we have such a low-scoring game this deep into the third. Question is, what does Dave Dickinson have here? He's going to get a measurement that buys him some time through the playbook.
Might get a free play, although we found out tonight there haven't been any freebies for the Argos. So it is 2nd and inches.
Just a few plays on that play card in the hand of Dave Dickinson there.
Former Argo Cody Pickett on the sidelines. One of Calgary's 3 quarterbacks. There's Rick Campbell. Has moved over from Winnipeg. Now the running back coach with the Stampeders. After many years in Edmonton.
With Nick Lewis on the sideline, they're going to have their big boy team out there.
Gets the push. He didn't need much, and he should have enough.
Yeah, the way it's going in short yardage, it's probably a prudent play. Just go ahead and do the safe play, get that first down, get a new set. And it also looks like you may have an Argo defense that's starting to fatigue a little bit. Strategically, an interesting game with regards to the Argos and some of the decisions from Jim Barker in short yardage and gambling rather than going for field position, gambling on 3rd and 1 at the 1 and not getting in early in the game.
Just short blitz, backs off, and now into the end zone. Touchdown, Dion Murphy. Another easy score, Burris to Murphy. As the Stampeders take control here in the 3rd quarter.
Jason Pottinger is going to try and show blitz here. And he's going to go up in the line of scrimmage, number 46, middle of your screen. Does not fool the veteran in Henry Burris at all. This is 12 years in the league. He's seen that many, many times. And Willie Pyle gets caught.
So a pair of 3rd quarter touchdowns coming off Argonaut turnovers. Maver adds the extra point. As the Stampeders take charge, 17 points off turnovers.
The Argos again choosing to play zone defense. This time the safety Willie Pyle is going to get caught looking at Nick Lewis on the play short, and he lets Murphy in behind him. Nick Lewis is right here, and look how the safety Pyle is not seeing that seam in behind him. His responsibility is deep. He's got to be deep as the deepest receiver. He gets caught looking at Nick Lewis. Touchdown, Calgary.
Hey, shout out again to my brother, man. We'll go down, Baby D, a.k.a. Damien. Houston, my city so great for you.
Dion Murphy with his first CFL touchdown, and he was rapping. Was he rapping, man? Is that a rap? I think that was a rap. Eric Fraser down on the special teams again.
That's what we do, man. We score touchdowns. That's all we do.
A little upset when he went 105 and didn't have a touchdown on Saturday in Hamilton.
Like I say, shout out H-Town. I'm always put it out there. Acres Home, Texas.
You could add music to that. And you got a song. That's a good play. Got in behind Willie Pyle.
Nick Lewis over there. Texas finest also. He gets props.
I know he was Nick.
And Nick Lewis was the decoy.
Yeah. I mean, shoot, if they all gonna be on me,
they're all gonna cover him,
like he said. Boyd, and this time contained at the line of scrimmage. Malik Jackson.
I just know they cover me down there. I don't know why they cover me down there. Mama, I'm cramping.
Nick Lewis said, if they're gonna all cover me, we'll just go to Dion Murphy.
Hey, TSN. Is Milt here tonight?
Milt's here.
Milt. I seen him off the record, so I know he's in town. I know you in town, Milt. I know you in town.
Likes Calgary's 3rd quarter a lot better than the first
Don't
half.
be hiding. Yeah. We go 3-0, Milt.
2nd and 11. Clear 11 underneath. Flag on the play. Big hit there. The ball popped out of Brandon Rideau's hands, out of bounds, but it will remain Argo football. Let's find out what the flag is on the opposite side of the field. Looks like procedure.
Offside. Toronto number 16. 5-yard penalty. Repeat 2nd down.
It's a couple times we've seen Rideau, when he has been the intended target, be a little hasty.
Yeah, he does. He's a crosser, going to come right across the formation. Jumped the gun a little bit, but boy, did he deliver a blow on Milt Collins.
So now it's 2nd and 16. Here comes the blitz. Lemon got it away, but incomplete. Out of the reach of Corey Boyd, who was well tracked on the play by Juwan Simpson. And another flag comes down. Rob Murphy having words with somebody on that Calgary defensive line.
Murphy saying, you got to think.
And does this give, wouldn't be a first down, or would it be an automatic first down?
Major foul, unnecessary roughness. Calgary number 91, 15 yards.
First down. Tay George. Argos needed some kind of break, and they get one with under 3 minutes to go, third quarter.
Tay George lines up right over Rob Murphy right here. It's going to be a one-on-one battle, and Tom Johnson is involved. Now, Tom Johnson hits the quarterback late there, lowers his head. I'm not sure they didn't get the number wrong, because Tom Johnson had the late hit on Cleo Lemon.
So it is a first down. Corey Boyd straight ahead, and a couple for Boyd. Just over 2 minutes to go, and Boyd has done the bulk of the work on this Toronto offense tonight.
New set of downs for the Argos here if they can convert. Tom Johnson gets a chance on the bench to sit beside Hufnagel and think about it for a second.
Tie out of the backfield. Christian couldn't hang on.
You got to give Milt Collins some credit here, man. He jumped up in that play and put a good hit on Ryan Christian, and that was after 3 plays ago where he took a big one from Brandon Rideau.
Like Christian was not only covered, but was trying to stay out of the way of the umpire.
Right there.
So Dion Murphy awaits. Ball on the boot. Murphy from his 18. And he hits the deck at the 30-yard line.
Flag down.
And there are flags, a couple of flags on the field in different spots.
Yeah, and one of them at the line of scrimmage. It's more than 5 yards.
Well, the kick was in the air, holding. Calgary number 94, 10-yard penalty, first down.
So that backs John Hufnagel's offense inside their own 10-yard line. 14 unanswered points here in the third quarter for Henry Burris. Both touchdowns coming after Argo turnovers. One a turnover on downs and the other a Cleo Lemon fumble. Joffrey Reynolds wrapped up after a couple of yards. Kevin Iben there to make the tackle. And our sack tally feature brought to you by Purolator, tackling hunger across Canada. Check.
Saskatchewan Roughriders closing in on Winnipeg after a big game in Empire Field in BC, where they had, I believe, 17 hurries, 8 hits on the quarterback, and 4 sacks.
Ron Clemens, the only sack tonight for the Argos. Second down, the pitch goes to Ryan Thelwell. Back in the Calgary lineup, and another flag in that area. Tore his Achilles last September in Hamilton, and some wondered, would that be the end of the career for this great veteran Canadian receiver?
Then he worked his way back, went to training camp, felt good.
Holding. Calgary number 2, half the distance to the goal line. Repeat second down.
That's a big one. Yeah, that's a big one, because that had moved the chains. Then now they're going to have to go back and do it over again. But to finish the thought, with Thelwell gets in the preseason, twists his ankle. So that slowed his recovery and his return back to the lineup. So when you looked at Henry Burris's receiving core without Kenyon Rambo and Ryan Thelwell, a lot of young faces in there, a lot of new guys.
Thelwell back, Burris beaming when John Hufnagel made that announcement yesterday, and Kenyon Rambo could be back for the next Stampeder game. From his end zone, Burris has to dump it off, and it's incomplete. And the Argo defense needed a stop and gets one with 16 seconds left in this third quarter. Calgary's conceded 2 safeties tonight. Will this be number 3?
And you got to believe that they'll be giving up the third one for a couple of reasons. One, you're so deep in your end zone. Birkdale's good 8 yards, 9 yards back there. But number 2, Chad Owens is a return man.
Final play, third quarter. Dales puts down the knee, and the Argos get 2 points closer. But it was a big third quarter for Calgary. Touchdowns by Murphy and Bryant to the 24-15 Calgary lead.
Some of John Sleeman's early ancestors were pirates, philanderers, bootleggers, and smugglers.
I love you guys.
Brewed with character. Sleeman, notoriously good since 1834.
It's time to pick the 10 communities for the Craft Celebration Tour. Log on to tsn.ca/Craft Celebration Tour to vote. Today's matchup is Gagetown, New Brunswick versus Pictou, Nova Scotia.